Bonjour my friends, I'm Frankie and welcome to Club Foodie. We all grew up with our favorite list of desserts. Mine, like any other kids, was pretty long. Now, it's even longer. From fancy like Black Forest cake, crème brûlée, pavlova, lava cake, baked Alaska, to regular ones such as lemon meringue pie, mousse, brownies, cookies, beignets, and so on, including this popular one. In today's episode, I'll show you how to make my bread pudding with bourbon sauce. This sweet casserole is pure deliciousness. It's a perfect recipe when there's a loaf of stale bread around. My version is more for adults with this lovely bourbon sauce. So my friends, let's get cooking. In a small saucepan over medium-low heat, we'll add the raisins and pour in the bourbon. We'll stir to coat, and when it's about to simmer, we'll remove from the heat. We'll let it sit for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we'll grease a 3-quart baking dish with butter and set aside for now. Next, in a medium bowl, we'll beat our eggs very well and set them aside also. After half an hour, we'll scoop up the soaked raisins to a bowl using a slotted spoon and reserve the liquid for later. Now, let's make the custard. In a medium saucepan, we'll add half a cup of unsalted butter and set the heat on medium. While it's warming up, we'll pour in half and half, then some milk, granulated sugar, and a little bit of ground sea salt. We'll stir often so the sugar dissolves completely and heat the mixture until the bubbles begin to form around the edges and the milk starts to steam. Make sure it doesn't simmer, okay? So as soon as we see that, we'll remove the saucepan from the heat and temper the eggs by slowly adding a little amount of the hot mixture, whisking constantly. This is the best way to prevent our eggs from cooking as long as we take our time and not rush it. When the egg temperature is brought up, we'll then pour them into the saucepan, whisking continuously. To this, we'll add pure vanilla extract, some ground cinnamon, and freshly ground nutmeg. You can use the pre-ground from the bottle, but the intensity is not the same. We'll whisk our ingredients until nicely blended. Whoa, I almost forgot. The reserved bourbon that we soaked the raisins in. We can't leave that behind, right? Now let's move on to the bread. Technically, challah or brioche is the preferred bread to use. But if we don't have any, let's not stress ourselves and substitute with Hawaiian bread or a nice French loaf like this one. So now, we'll slice our chosen bread to about 1 inch thick, then slice it again crossways before cubing it into 1 inch pieces. It doesn't have to be perfect, but let's try to have roughly the same size, alright? If your bread is not stale, it's okay. The dessert will still be lovely. Time to assemble. In our prepared dish, we'll add half of the cubes, followed by half of the raisins, and then we'll repeat with the remaining bread cubes and the remaining soaked raisins. We'll now evenly pour over half of our gorgeous custard and, with our clean hands, do I really have to mention that? Really? Gently press it down to compact, which will make it easier to pour on the rest of the custard. Look at this yumminess. OMG! This beauty is now ready to be transferred to a 350-degree preheated oven for 40 minutes or until golden brown. Meanwhile, we'll make the sauce. In a small saucepan over medium heat, we'll melt the butter before adding the flour, and we'll whisk constantly for a couple minutes to cook off the flour and remove its raw taste. We're basically making a roux here, which will help to thicken the sauce. Now, we'll pour in a small amount of milk while whisking continuously and continue adding until it's all in and the mixture is smooth without any lumps. We'll whisk for a couple minutes and then add the sugar. And yes, we'll keep whisking. Don't stop. Now, here comes the good stuff. The bourbon. And nope, we don't stop whisking. Making the sauce is the hardest part of this recipe, so it's not too bad, right? Then we'll add a tiny pinch of ground sea salt just to balance out everything nicely. We'll continue cooking while whisking for another 2 to 3 minutes, and that's it. The sauce is done. Now let's have a look at our pudding. About 25 to 30 minutes through cooking, the top might start getting too brown, so we'll simply cover with foil and return it to the oven for the remaining time. So, when time is up, we'll remove from the heat and take the foil off. My, look how stunning it is. The top is nice and golden, exactly what we're looking for. Now, if we want to make sure the pudding is done, we can always insert a cake tester, and if it comes out clean, it's ready. For the finishing touch, we'll sprinkle on some confectioner's sugar because not only does it make it prettier, but also adds a tad more sweetness to it. When it's time to serve, it's better when the pudding is still warm and pour some hot bourbon sauce over. Yum! And my friends, this is our bread pudding with bourbon sauce. With a nice crispy top and an amazing soft texture inside, this sweet casserole is absolutely delicious. This elevated version is so decadent and rich. So, next time you have too much bread on hand, you know exactly what to do with it. I hope you give it a try soon, and be sure to visit clubfoodie.com for ingredient amounts, directions, and more info. Until next time, my friends, bon appétit!